it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and in this video I'm going to be doing a scrapbook layout for the scrap-blogspot.com challenge for the month of October, and this is the What's My Challenge for October. And for this challenge you need to use this mood board over here and create a layout inspired by the theme, colors, photos, or words that are on this mood board. And so when I saw this, I immediately thought of Thanksgiving because of the pie and then the word gratitude and just the colors. And I went through my pictures and I came across a few pictures from Thanksgiving that were taken probably about maybe 7 or 8 years ago. This was when my aunt was still with us. And we all gathered together at my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. And a lot of us were traveling. And I remember I lived in Texas at the time. One of my sisters also lived in Texas. I had a sister in Memphis, Tennessee. My brother is in Florida. And so we all traveled and came together for Thanksgiving. And it's one of the few times where all of my sisters and my brother were together. And so super awesome. And we got this group picture. Now the only person that ended up not being in the picture was my sister Terry, because she works for Walmart and she was working that day. Can't believe they make them work on Thanksgiving. But this year, because of the pandemic, they actually are not going to be doing the Black Friday, and my sister is not going to have to work this Thanksgiving. And so we're super excited about that. Okay, so I have this group picture. I also have these smaller pictures. Now I'm not sure I'm going to use all of these pictures in this layout. But I thought it might be fun to include some of these pictures along with the group picture, or maybe I might create a double page layout and I'll do maybe like the one page with the group picture and then another page with these 4 smaller pictures. So I'm not really sure at this point what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to keep in mind that I want to include all of these pictures either in a one-page layout or a double page spread. Okay. Now, I also thought about what kind of a title I would use, and I knew that I had a set of thickers that had the word grateful. And so I looked through my thicker set and I found this word here that says grateful. And I thought it would be fun to bring in some gold. And I knew because of the autumn colors, I would have probably oranges and yellows and browns. And I've been trying to use this other set of thickers, and I still haven't found a layout that I could use this on, and I thought maybe it'd be fun to try to use this word grateful as my title, but to also bring in these thickers. They look like a little typewriter keyboard or keys on a typewriter, and it's got gold foiling on it, kind of matches these other thickers, and spell out the word family maybe. And so I'm going to play around with that a little bit. I could also maybe use this to put the year on my layout. And so that's going to be my title and maybe a subtitle. Okay, in addition to using this, I pulled in some cardstocks. This is a cardstock. It's a textured cardstock. It came from a paper pad. And I know I got it from either Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but it was a really long time ago. But what's really cool about it is one side is brown and the other side is an off-white. And so I pulled 2 of these pieces of cardstock. And I thought I could use these to, I think I'll use the off-white to be the background for my layout. And I might use this brown to map my pictures. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to share with you before I get started with creating this layout is the paper that I'm going to be using. This is a Perfect Autumn, which is a collection kit from Echo Park. And I did get this in a warehouse box. I think it was last year. Black Friday sale or something. And so I've been having this in my stash, but I have not used it yet. And it's really cute. I haven't decided what papers I'm going to use from here. I just thought that it suited the pictures. It was Thanksgiving, and this would be good paper to use for this layout. Maybe we should take a quick look at the paper, and then I'm going to probably speed this up and do a voiceover later to walk you through my layout. But let's talk about the paper, because talking about paper is so much fun. I just love it. And this is a really pretty collection. I don't know if I would have purchased this on my own had it not been in that mystery box. But it is a very pretty paper. And this is cut aparts on this side. And that's really cute. I don't know if I'll use any of those, but I could save them for another layout. Then they also had this paper with the trees, and on the back is a red polka dot. And then there's a green stripe. And then this really pretty paper with the leaves. That's really pretty. I might have to use that one. I'm going to set that one over here to the side. Okay, so there's some more cut aparts. And on the back of that is this really pretty yellow paper. And aren't those pretty together? I like those two together. And also this stripe is really pretty too. Okay, I might have a hard time choosing which papers I'm going to use. Okay, so that's just the other side of the paper with the leaves. So maybe you get two papers from each design in this collection kit. Yep, so we have some duplicates here. There's also this paper that's kind of a chevron paper. It's orange. And then on the back of that one is a diagonal stripe. And then there's also this paper that's kind of like a damask. It's black and cream, and then these leaves on the back. And then there's this one. Kind of reminds me of a sweater. It's red and off-white, and on the back of that one are these really cute owls. Okay, so I think I'm going to use the one with the leaves and maybe either or both of these papers, the green stripe and the this yellow paper. And then we also have stickers here. And I think the stickers are really cute. I'm probably going to use something from here. Now I did pull in some other embellishments, and I just kind of went through and found some things here. I have this sticker pack from Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection. I know it has some pinks in it, but I still think that I could use some of the things from here, especially some of the word stickers. And there's also stickers with gold fooling in this pack. Okay, I also have these stickers from the Paper Studio. And it does have the word family and some other things here that I might be able to use. The colors don't actually go exactly with this collection, but they do have some things in these sticker packs that might go. And then I have this other one that also came from Hobby Lobby. This is from Momenta, and this was one I got on clearance. And these are so cool because they have gold foiling, there's wood veneer, there's ones that have canvas and like fabric, and so super cool stickers. Okay, so I'm going to quit talking and start scrapping. And so I'm going to speed this up and I will do the voiceover, and let's go ahead and just get started. So I find it really helpful talking to you guys about what I'm planning to do with my layouts before I actually get started, because it kind of helps me to try to come to some decisions about what papers I'm going to use, what pictures I'm going to use, and kind of the overall, look and feel for my layout. And this layout came together so easily. I was able to just pull together these papers, and when I laid this out, I saw that stripe behind the off-white cardstock, and I immediately thought, well, I'm going to mat my layout with that paper. I just love the way that looked, and I'm definitely going to be using the brown cardstock to mat my pictures. And I knew that I was going to be using these stickers for my title, and so I'm just pulling these out, and I'm going to make my title Grateful for Family, or at least that's what I thought I was going to do when I first started. Now, I did start off by trying to use the circle stickers for not only the family, but also for the word for, and I really didn't like that too much. I also thought about adding the date or the year to this layout with the circle stickers, but I ended up not using those as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my stash and see what other alphas I have that I might could use for the word for. And the first one that I'm going to try out is from the Pink Paislee Auburn Lane collection. It's a gold foam thicker. I like the size of this one, but I didn't think the gold really matched the other ones that I had there. So I'm going to try out this other one from Pink Paislee. It's from the Again and Again collection. It's like a wood grain on the top, and it's foam, and the sides of it is like a light peach color, and I thought that was really pretty. And then I'm also going to pull this one. This is also from Pink Paislee's Again and Again collection, and it's a gold scripty font. So I'm just going to pull both of those. I wasn't super thrilled with either one of those, to be honest, but I couldn't make up my mind, so I thought, well, I'll just move on to the next part of my layout, and I'll worry about that later. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my papers down, and I did decide that I wanted to mat my layout with that green stripe. and I'm going to cut off 3/4 of an inch. Now usually when I mat my layout, I only cut off a 1/2 inch. I just wanted to see a little bit more of the green stripe, so I decided to go with 3/4 of an inch. So while I was talking to you guys earlier, I did decide I was going to do a double page layout, but I'm only going to work on the left side. This is going to be the side that I have the title and the larger group picture of my family. Because I matted my layout with that green stripe, I decided that the papers that I was going to use behind my pictures should be squares. And so I cut that pattern paper that had the leaves on it into a 8x8 square. I'm also going to mat my picture with this off-white cardstock. And because I only had 2 sheets of that cardstock, I decided to gut the inside of my background. And I'm using the We Are Memory Keepers layering guides and going around the picture to create a mat, and the size of the layering guide that I'm using is the 1/8 inch guide. I'm also going to mat the picture with the brown cardstock, and I love doing that, creating the double mats, and just love how that turned out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this together, and you won't be able to tell that I cut the inside of that paper. Once I put all of the different layers onto my layout, it's going to cover up that hole. So I'm using a T-square ruler to help me to get this lined up. I did want to mention that I do try to put links in the video description below to any products or tools that I use in my videos. But if I do happen to leave something out and you have a question, just please leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you usually within a day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mat the picture with this brown cardstock, and I'm using the 1/4 inch layering guide, and just going around the picture, and I love how that turned out. Okay, so the next thing that I needed to try to figure out was where I was going to put my title, and so I'm just going to cut this apart so I can kind of play around with the placement of the title and just try to see if I can figure out how I'm going to put this onto my layout. I did think about putting part of the title on the off-white background, but I didn't really like any of the title on that leaf pattern paper. And so I'm just kind of struggling a little bit here with what I should do. And I thought, well, I'm just going to put it onto the yellow cardstock because I thought it stood out much better there. And this is the reason why I decided to wait to actually cut this yellow paper, because I wanted to, make sure that I had space for my title because my title is quite large. And I thought that that worked out really well, that I actually decided where to put the title before I cut this paper, because usually I do it the other way around and get myself into trouble. And then I have to figure out some other thing to do with my title because I can't put it where I want to because I don't have room. So I think it was good that I planned ahead. But it's not going to stay down there at the bottom of the layout. I am going to shift things around. It's going to end up at the top, but that's okay. I still had room for that title on that yellow pattern paper. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do now is start looking at the embellishments. I want to try to figure out kind of what embellishments I'm going to use and start looking for things that I can make clusters with. And so I did pull out the little leather bow. It's in a brown color, and I thought it went really well with my layout. I also found a couple of word stickers. One says thankful and the other one said family. And now looking at this set of stickers, I was able to find a couple of things here, and I can't read them because I put them up there above the layout where you can't see them, but we'll see them again later. I did look through this pack of stickers from the Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection, but I didn't pull anything from that one. I also thought about using that flare button, but I didn't really have black in my layout, and so I ended up not using that as well. Sometimes it's good to just pull as many things as you think, you might use, and then just go from there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling stickers off of the 12 by 12 sticker sheet that came with the collection that I'm using. I also went back and looked through some of the papers, just looking to see if there was anything that I could cut out of the papers, but there wasn't a whole lot there. They had some cut aparts, but most of them had words or they were just like journaling cards. Then I got the idea that maybe I should cut out some leaves, because one of my favorite things on the sticker sheet was that large leaf and then the smaller leaves, and I thought that'd be really cool. Okay, so I am going to be fussy cutting out some of the leaves, but before I do that, I'm looking through one of my color bins to see if I can find something to use as a base for each one of my clusters. This color bin is my neutrals, which includes browns, grays, and tans. And I use these Deflecto drawer units. It's 2 drawers in each unit. I have them directly behind me. And I love having my ephemera by color in these little drawers because it just makes it so easy to kind of sort through them and find things that I might try out on my layout. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find these Deflecto drawer units on Amazon if you're interested in those. Okay, so I did find a couple of doilies that have like journaling lines, and they're gold on the outside. And then I'm also looking at different tags, and found a little tag that is kind of a craft color. I thought that was really pretty, and it kind of ties into the browns with this layout. Now I'm also going to bring in a frame, and these frames came from Maggie Holmes, although I don't know what collection it's from. And I just decided that I would use this one. It says A Perfect Day. Now when I brought the frame in, the only place really to put that was at the bottom to really make it work to use as a kind of a frame to frame the edge of the bottom of my picture. And so that kind of led me to putting the title up at the top of the layout as opposed to the bottom of the layout. So sometimes when you're trying to figure out the placement of your pictures or titles, you kind of have to pull in some embellishments and just kind of see what embellishments you're going to use so that you can, or at least for me, I like to do that so that I can make sure that I have a place to put things that I really want to include on my layout. So if you're looking for more inspiration for this challenge, be sure to check out the other design team members' layouts at the scraparts-blogspot.com website, and I put a link to their website in the description of this video. Okay, so now that I've figured out the placement of my title and kind of where I'm going to put my picture, I'm going to start embellishing. And one of the things I love to do with large embellishments is to cut them in half. Because you're not going to see the entire embellishment if you're tucking it under something, and it gives you more opportunity to use that on your layout, because now I can take that one large doily and use it on both the right side and the left side. I'm also going to take that smaller doily, and I don't think I cut that one apart. I just tucked it up above the title because it was very small. I didn't really think I would really use any of that if I cut it in half. I'm going to go ahead and tuck the tag there, and then I'm going to tuck the doily right behind it. I thought about putting it behind the pattern paper, but in the end I just decided to tuck it behind the tag. So I used the 3 doilies as the base for each one of my clusters, and that's one of the things that you can do if you're trying to figure out where to put embellishments on your layout, is to use a large object like a doily or a tag and put that first, and then that can kind of give you some idea of what would fit on your layout and what would look good before you stick a lot of things down. Okay, I'm also going to cut this frame apart. Now I did think about using the other part of that frame, which is why I cut into it, but I ended up not using it. It was kind of a small piece, and it didn't really look good anywhere I tried it on the layout. So when I went to layer the picture on top of that frame, I noticed that it wasn't laying flat because that frame is chipboard, and so I'm going to go back and add some foam tape to the back of my picture to give it more support so that my picture doesn't get damaged when I put it into the album. So this layout actually was very quick and easy to create, but one of the things I spent a lot of time doing was fussy cutting out all the leaves. But I love fussy cutting, and I think it's fun if you can find a paper in the collection that you're using that has things that you can cut out, because it gives you more choices and more things that you can use to embellish your layout. Now I did want to pop up this leaf with some foam tape. I do really like adding a lot of dimension to my layout, and I just think it adds so much when you pop things up, And when I'm tucking things, I like to just add the foam tape to the top part of the embellishment, and then I can tuck it under things, and it just gives the dimension, but it still lets you layer things. Okay, here I'm actually trying to get the sticky off of some of these stickers, just so that when I stick it down, it doesn't, I can still move it around a little bit. I'm not kind of set on where it's going to stay. So I'm putting the sticker on my hand. I don't know if y'all ever do that, but I just wanted it to be less sticky, just so that if I wanted to shift it a little bit or move it, I would be able to do that without tearing the paper. And I think that that works really well when you're trying to work with stickers and you're not exactly sure 100% where you want to stick the sticker down. You can do that. Even using a powder tool or some baby powder sometimes if you want to completely remove the stickiness. But I find that just putting the sticker on my hand a few times actually gets rid of enough of the sticky that when you put it down in your paper, you can pull it back up without tearing the paper. Okay, so here's where I start fussy cutting out all the leaves. And I cut out a ton of these leaves. I had such a good time doing that. These leaves are kind of small. I do wish they had some bigger leaves in this paper. And I did cut out some of the berries as well. I wanted to carry through the different colors in the leaves and the berries with each one of the clusters. So I wanted to have orange and yellow and red and brown and tan in each one of the 3 clusters. I also added that little owl to the top of my layout right above the title. I love putting birds on a layout and just putting them on top of a tag or a label, or in this case on top of my title. I just think it's really cute. It's like the bird just kind of flew in and landed there. And I think it really creates a nice vibe when you put a bird on the top of something. So that's what I did. I put that little bird there. And because I had the bird there, I went ahead and added a little possum there in my cluster that's right there at the left side of my layout. Now I didn't have another critter to add, so I'm just going to bring in a pumpkin, and I added the pumpkin over there on the right side of my layout. Okay, so here I'm adding this title. It's actually a title from one of the sticker sheets. It's dimensional and it has burlap, which I thought was really cool. And the burlap was kind of fraying a little bit, so I did trim that up. And I like the texture that added to my layout. I'm also going to just keep layering all of these little berries and different leaves in different colors. I'm also adding in some foam tape to the different tops of the leaves and berries just to kind of give them a little bit more dimension as I layer these. And I just love creating these types of layouts where you almost create like little floral arrangements. And I think it's fun to work with flowers and leaves and do this where you just layer the different pieces until you get something that kind of looks like it's an arrangement. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding the leaf there at the top, tucked underneath the tag, and just going to go around and add the different leaves and berries to all of the different clusters on my layout. Now if you noticed here at the top of my layout, I had that cluster above the title, and it was interesting because sometimes when you have a large title, the cluster, it kind of became a huge cluster that included the title. And I did create a triangle. If you notice, there's a triangle that goes from the top cluster with the owl over to the possum and then over to the little pumpkin and then back up. But I also have an extra cluster under the picture, and so you don't have to just limit yourself to 3 clusters on a layout. I did actually create a really tiny cluster right there on top of the frame next to where it says a perfect day. I think it's okay to have less than 3 clusters. It's okay to have more than 3. But a lot of times what's pleasing to the eye is to have a triangle. Now if you notice, there's a triangle that goes from the owl to the possum to the pumpkin, but you could also make a triangle from the possum to the pumpkin to the acorn. So it's kind of like creating multiple triangles of clusters on a layout. So I don't know if that made sense, but it's kind of interesting if you are looking at your layout and you're struggling with where to place your embellishments, if you can't create a triangle with it around your picture, then maybe try putting the embellishments in a different place. Because you really want the focus to be your picture, creating the triangle of embellishments around the picture actually brings focus into the center of your layout and draws attention to your picture. Okay, this next thing that I'm going to be doing is adding in some sequins. And when I was playing around with the leaves, I thought, I know I have sequins that have gold. They're leaves. And so I went and found those. And I added just one of those really shiny gold sequin leaves to each one of my clusters. And in the same container that I have there, I have these sequins from Tonic Studios. They're Nuvo sequins, and it's in the champagne color. And I'm just going to scatter those around my layout. I just thought that really brought a nice sparkle. Now, I did think it was interesting that I mixed the gold and the different colors of metallics that I used on this layout. But I did use a sticker. It was a three-dimensional sticker there at the top right above my title, and it had a much more bright color of gold. And by bringing in those gold sequins, it kind of tied that in a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. It's a crystal picker tool, and I'm going to use that to help me to glue down all of these sequins. Now, the sequin container that I have is from Elizabeth Craft. I did purchase that back when Joann's used to have that in the store, and you could use a coupon with it, but I don't think they allow you to use a coupon anymore, which is kind of sad because that is kind of a pricey storage solution, but I love it. It's awesome for using for sequins. And I'll put a link in the description below to that if I can find it somewhere on the internet. They might have it available on Amazon. I think I might have seen it there before, and they might still have it at Joann's. Okay, so now as I was looking at this and kind of playing around with my title, trying to figure out, how to center this title, I just kept looking at it thinking something just looks off here. It just didn't look right. I just thought that the four just kind of looked lonely. It was so small compared to the grateful and the family. And so then I got this idea that, well, maybe I'll make that part of the title bigger. And so I'm going to add in the word my. And so instead of grateful for family, my title is going to be grateful for my family. And I like that so much better because it added more balance to my title and kind of gave that middle part of the title more weight. Okay, so I think that pretty much finishes off this layout. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue down this twine here that was on the tag. And I do have a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and Lilybell, at the end of this video if y'all want to stick around for that. I also have some close-ups of this layout. And oh yeah, I also, I was looking for a glue dot so that I could glue the twine down. And I came across these other embellishments that I had just put in there when I had that with me when I went to a friend's house for scrapbooking. And I had created some butterflies and also that bow, and I thought about adding the bow there, but it didn't really work on this layout. But I am going to go ahead and add some little enamel dots that are like sparkly gold enamel dots to this butterfly, and then put it there on top of the layout. And I just love how that looked. It brought some more orange there up to the top of the layout, and I thought it really gave a pretty touch to that cluster. Okay, so I do have some close-ups of this layout that I'm going to share with you, and I think that's pretty much it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this scrapbook process video, and if you did, please give this video a like. If you would like to see more videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you join my channel. And that's all I have. So y'all take care, have an awesome week, and I will see you next time. Bye now. Miss B. What you doing? Hi, Bella. Can you say hi to the YouTube people? Say they missed you on the last couple of videos I posted. And everybody wants you to say hi. Can you talk to us? You got anything to say for yourself? No! You're so funny. You don't want to talk? You don't feel like talking to Mama? No. How about if I give you a treat? Would you talk to me then? Would you say hi if I gave you a treat? You would? Okay. Alright, where's Lilybell? Lilybell needs to get a treat too. Where is she? Do you know where she is? You're telling her to come? Oh, here she comes. Isn't that funny? Did Bella tell you all about the treats, Miss Lilybell? She told you? You did? Okay. Well, let's go in here and we'll give you a treat. We're going to go in here. I think I got the treat jar in this room. Yep, I think we got the treat jar right here. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and get you a treat, Miss B. Oh, there you are. It was out of focus there for a minute. I think it's because I got a close-up of the treat jar. The camera got confused. Y'all are ready? You're ready for your treat? You are? Okay, well, let me pause the camera and then I'm going to get it for you. Okay, so Mama's got the special treat. Are you ready? Y'all are getting so close I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Are you ready, Miss Lilybell? You are? Yeah? She's excited. Can y'all say hi? Can y'all say hi? Y'all got lots to say now, huh? Can you say hi to the YouTube people? Can you say hi? Awesome! Okay, back up and I'm going to give you your treat. Get back. Back up, back up. Okay. Leave it. Leave it. Okay. Yay, treats. Was it good? Was that a good treat? Did y'all like that treat? I guess they're licking their chops, so I think they did like it. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all deserve a special treat. Yes, you do. And you were so nice to say hi to everybody. Yep, you had lots to say. Okay, so are y'all going to say goodbye now? Can y'all speak and say bye? Say bye. Say woof woof. Can you say woof woof? No? Miss Bella, can you say goodbye? Miss Lilybell, can you say goodbye? Say bye. I think they're looking for more. That's all you get. You just get one of those because that's a big treat. I'm sorry, that's all you're going to get. Look at those big puppy dog eyes just looking up at me like, give me more. We'll have to wait till tomorrow, okay? Wait till tomorrow and you get another treat tomorrow. I'll get you another one tomorrow. How about that? That'd be good enough? You gonna leave? Okay, so y'all say goodbye to everybody. Nope. She's gonna look for more treats. Okay, Bella, can you say goodbye? Lilybell, can you say goodbye? Nope. Well, I guess I'll just have to say goodbye for you. So hope y'all have an awesome day tomorrow and hope to see you next time. Bye now.